How many goals did you score for Scotland?
5. Is
Which
that right?
it is right, and it works out at
Oh, brilliant.
0.1 goals per cap.
I think one was against San Marino, was a penalty. That was a big one because it was 0-0 at the time. And one was against, I think it was another one was against Canada. So there weren't huge goals, to be honest with you. I'm not really too proud of my records in goal scoring, considering I played with a lot of good players.
What was your most memorable?
Probably the one against Germany, where most people remember that for that in the celebration. But the most important one was away back in Sweden when we scored 1-0, which helped us to qualify for a World Cup. Yeah, I got a pass by Archie Gemmill and scored. But the most nerve-wracking one was, as I said, the penalty against San Marino, where it was 0-0 in the 70th minute against San Marino. Can you imagine it? And imagine missing, because the guy was actually a bus driver who was in goals. So it's all about nerves. I was a bag of nerves because I've been remembered for that guy who missed against the bus driver.
Second question. You made your debut in a 1-0 defeat away to Northern Ireland in May 1980. Can you name either of the two players who made their Scotland debut in the game?
Two names. I'm trying to remember who played in that game. Debut. Jim Leighton. No. Wasn't much of a game, to be honest with you.
Billy? Billy Thompson? Peter?
Weir. Well, good players as well. Imagine forgetting Peter Weir and Billy Thompson. Especially Billy Thompson. He's my son's hero when he was a kid.
What was it like playing for your country for the very first time, Gordon? That must have been incredible.
It was because there was a lot of good players, plus Billy Thompson and Peter Weir making their debut. And but I was that excited that I forgot to leave my dad tickets for the game. So
you never did.
I did. I forgot to leave my dad tickets because Jokestein says to me 10 minutes before the game, he says, "Hey, wee man, have you got your tickets for your dad?" I went, "Oh no, I forgot." He says, "Well, I'll leave him some." So Jokestein left my dad some tickets 10 minutes before the game started. Yeah.
Otherwise, you were in big trouble.
Yeah. But I think he enjoyed himself that day, my dad, I think.
All right, next question. Who captained Scotland? You'll know this one. You will.
No.
Who captained Scotland when you made your debut in May 1980?
Let's see who was playing. Kenny would have been playing. Let me think. Danny McGrain. Is Danny playing? Archie Gemmill. The legend it was. Right.
You got it. I'm going to give it to you. It was Archie.
Archie Gemmill.
It was Archie, yeah.
Wonderful. Good. That was me. Archie Gemmill. I'll go for Archie Gemmill.
What was it like playing alongside Archie?
Well, I felt tall. And matter of fact, I met him about 2 months ago, and I'm getting taller than him. So things are looking up for me.
Question 4. You scored a goal for Scotland in a 2-0 win away to Canada, June 83.
Aye.
Can you name the city where the match was played, Gordon?
That's right. I'll tell you where we played. We played Vancouver, Calgary, and Toronto. Vancouver. We played in a plastic pitch, one of these old-fashioned plastic pitches. And actually, it was that big a shambles of a tour that the referee blew 5 minutes early for half-time. And we had to walk back a long way to the dressing room. Seriously, 5 minutes. And when Jokestein's doing his half-time talk, the referee come in and says, "Excuse me, Mr. Steen, I've made a mistake. I blew 5 minutes early. Do you mind coming back out and playing 5 minutes again and then coming back in for a half-time?" And Big Jokes just lashed him with his tongue, and the guy just sneaked back out. And so the pair guy, we never went back out for the 5 minutes. And we only played 85 minutes a game of football. because the guy got it wrong.
Couldn't make that up.
To be fair, it was good because it was just a horrendous game on a plastic pitch. It was horrendous.
Okay, your fifth and final question, Gordon.
Okay.
You won your 50th and final cap for Scotland at home to Finland in March 1992. Who came on to replace you after 65 minutes?
God, I can't remember that. He must have been some player, though. Let's be fair. He must have been some player. But how do I know who the sub was? And I need to phone Leslie. Who was the sub that come on for me? Sorry? Who was the sub that come on for me in my 50th cap? You remember? You were there.
No, I would say no.
No. Both of us are too old now to remember things like that. I'll give it a bash now. Wait, so let me think. Oh no, Macca. Was it Gary Mack?
It was.
I've had a message from him just now. I've got to phone him. Well done. Did you remember? Seriously, just left a message. Yeah. Gary Mack. It was a good player after all. It was a great player, yeah.
What are your memories of that game?
Well, I didn't know it was my last game for Scotland, to be honest with you. It's just my back got so sore. And I think we'd qualified, I might be wrong here, qualified for the European Championships. And I'd been captain a couple of times. And I was looking forward to that. But my back was that bad, I just couldn't go. I had to have an operation. So I didn't go to the European Championship. But I did travel as a fan to get there. I travelled by boat, bus, you name it, on my own. Picked up with a strange man somewhere in Sweden who wanted to be my best friend. Seriously, I had to run away from him. I was on a train, plane, you name it, I was on it. But I made it. I made it to see the lads playing. And they did all right in that as well.
If the younger you could see all these accolades and achievements and how much you've done, you know, as a player and a manager, what would the younger you say? How would the younger you feel?
I would. That's a good question. What would I think? Well, the younger Gordon Strachan never had loads of ambitions. My only ambition was to score for Hibs. That never materialised. Matter of fact, I did in a testimonial once. But that was the only ambition I had. I had nothing else but the fact that I wanted to score for Hibs. So probably looking back now, I'll probably say the youngest Gordon Strachan, a huge disappointment that I never played for Hibs. He'd be looking at me saying, he said, how did you not play for Hibs? that was all. There was never any ambition other than that. None whatsoever. That was if you played for Hibs and you scored against Hearts, then that's all you had. And as you ran about doing your milk round and your paper round, just playing for Hibs. So the younger Gordon will go, oh, what a waste of time. You could have been playing for Hibs. But no.
I think the younger Gordon would have been pretty impressed with what you've achieved, playing for your country, 50 caps, no less.
Yeah. Well, when you look back now, you go, well, that was great fun. But as you've gone on, it just happens. I've never had any ambitions in my life, none whatsoever. I just kind of trot along and see where it ends up. So I'm quite happy. That's my outlook to life, just floating along, and wherever you end up, you end up.